Disclaimer. I doesn't claim any of the arts. All the pictures shown belongs to the respective artist and company. If you are original owner and want me to remove the video, I will do it immediately. Just send me an email to inform me. And if you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. The chapter begins with Vincent addressing the SS-ranked players, saying, "Then the test will proceed in a duel format, as per the examiner's decision. The examiners, SS-ranked players including Kim, Cody, and Thomas, stand authoritatively in a command room." Vincent continues, "Examiners, please divide up and take charge of the participants. Training room. One will be used by player Kim TAEHYUN, and two by player Thomas. The scene shifts to the participants vying for an SS rank license. One of them, a young man with light blue hair named Jeffrey, is visibly angry about Kim's actions. Standing in a hallway with clenched fists and a scowl, he says furiously, "Those damn examiners. They just happened to earn their SS rank before US, and now they're acting all high and mighty." A female participant beside Jeffrey glances around nervously and tries to calm him. She says, "Stop it, Jeffrey. Someone might hear you." Frustrated by her words, Jeffrey responds, "Oh no, but I'm right. The SS rank only came into existence last year. We just didn't have enough time to build up the same achievements they did." Turning to her sharply, he adds, "We won't lose if we go head-to-head. You can't stay in your master's shadow forever either, Sarah. Today, I'll crush those smug faces, especially that arrogant Kim TAEHYUN." The scene transitions to Kim TAEHYUN entering training room 1. Standing at the front of the room with a relaxed yet commanding posture, and his hands in his pockets, he addresses the participants in a calm voice. "Oh, nice to meet you, rookies. I've been appointed by the World Player Association as your examiner. My name is Kim TAEHYUN." He smirks confidently and raises a single finger as the participants watch tensely. A red aura envelops his body as he declares provocatively, "The rule I set is super simple. Land one solid hit on me just once. Doable, right?" The participants are shocked by his words. One mutters in disbelief, "Just one hit." Another adds optimistically, "That's not as hard as I thought." Yet Kim's smirk deepens as he observes their reactions and thinks to himself, "But the thing is, I don't think even that is possible." Kim's condescending tone and unwavering confidence leave the participants both intimidated and determined to prove themselves. He takes a fighting stance and waves his hand as an invitation to attack. With a challenging grin, he says, "Come at me all at once." Jeffrey clenches his fist tightly as purple energy envelops his body, veins bulging with intensity. Glaring at Kim TAEHYUN, he shouts angrily, "This bastard, there's a limit to how much you can look down on US." Purple gloves form around Jeffrey's hands as he activates his skill and charges toward Kim for an attack. As Jeffrey reaches Kim, Kim remains motionless, standing calmly in front of him, ready to receive the attack. Jeffrey grits his teeth in fury, charging his fist with purple aura, preparing to deliver a crushing blow. However, as Jeffrey's attack nears, Kim flicks his hand effortlessly, sending Jeffrey flying across the field. The participants are left stunned and speechless at the sight. The sheer force of Kim's counter leaves Jeffrey sprawled on the ground, his face bloodied and unable to stand. Observing this, Kim activates his skill, enveloping himself in a red aura, and declares coldly, "A first one down." The entire test site falls into silence. No one dares to attack Kim. Sarah grits her teeth in frustration and shouts at the other participants, "Don't rush in recklessly. Stay calm, everyone. Aim together and create an opening." Despite her advice, the participants ignore her words and activate their powers before charging mindlessly at Kim. One participant attacks with a green aura, but Kim knocks him out with a single kick. Another attempts a sneak attack from behind using a yellow lightsaber, only to be subdued by Kim's knee strike. Soon after, 4 contestants surround Kim and launch simultaneous attacks from different directions. Yet Kim leaps into the air, dodging their strikes effortlessly, and knocks 2 of them to the ground with powerful kicks. Another participant with an eye patch charges his hand with green aura and attacks Kim. But Kim counters by slamming the participant's hand into the ground with his foot before delivering a powerful kick that sends him flying across the room. The remaining participants pant heavily while observers stare in shock at the overwhelming display of power. Sarah remarks grimly, "Even charging in like that, they can't even graze him." Another participant mutters nervously, "Is he a monster or what?" Kim Tae-hyun stands unscathed, dusting off his clothes with a bored expression as he approaches Sarah and the remaining participants. He sneers, "This is way below expectations. You guys over there. You're better than those idiots who charged at a cheap taunt. But standing around won't get you anywhere either." Kim cracks his neck and stares down at the frozen participants before taunting them further. Are you going to keep standing there? Powerless and desperate to defeat Kim, most participants grit their teeth in frustration. Unlike them, Sarah remains calm, as if she has a plan in mind. She steps forward confidently and addresses the group. "Everyone, mind if I pitch an idea?" Sarah begins approaching Kim while activating her skill. Her body becomes enveloped in green aura as leafy branches sprout around her form. Kim crosses his arms and watches her with amusement, thinking to himself, "I was wondering what you were whispering about. A skill, huh? Got something bold enough to face me head-on? Let's test it out." Kim attacks Sarah with a punch at lightning speed. However, Sarah lunges forward and grapples his arm despite the risk. The collision releases a massive wave of energy that shakes the area. To Kim's surprise, Sarah remains standing, despite coughing up blood from the impact. Holding on to Kim's arm with all her strength, she commands the other participants, "Everyone, now! Blast him away with me!" The remaining participants activate their powers simultaneously and rush toward Kim for a final assault. Seeing their coordinated effort, Kim smirks at their plan and thinks, "Trying to grab hold of me no matter what, willing to be the bait, huh?" Kim activates his ultimate skill, Apocalypse, and dark smoke engulfs the entire area. The participants are thrown into chaos as one exclaims in panic, "What is this? I can't see anything!" Another cries out, I can't breathe." Suddenly, red chains manifest from the smoke and wrap around one participant who screams desperately, "Ah! Help me!" Kim observes their despair and thinks smugly, "The King's Domain, King's Aura, and even Chains of Restraint, including the lower-tier ones. That's 6 skills concentrated into one space." Participants collapse to their knees, trembling violently. One yells, "That's broken!" Another admits defeat. "I forfeit. I give up." Kim Tae-hyun observes the participants' reactions to his skill and continues thinking, "Your senses go numb, gravity presses down, and your bound body gets debuffed. No average Joe could endure that." To his surprise, he notices Sarah still standing despite the overwhelming pressure. Narrowing his eyes, Kim remarks, "You're holding out pretty well." Sarah grits her teeth, recalling her master's words. With unwavering determination, she responds, "My master taught me to never give up, no matter the moment, and that opportunity will always come." Kim watches intently as mana swirls around Sarah, her glowing aura intensifying. He begins wrapping his red chains around her arms and thinks to himself, "She's absorbing mana from her surroundings. Is she converting that into her own stats? The reason she withstood my attack must be from absorbing others' mana." Suddenly, Sarah releases Kim's hands and breaks his red chains with a spark of energy. Gathering all her strength into her fist for a final blow, she declares, "So, this is the moment!" Kim is stunned as he watches her shatter his chains. However, just as her fist approaches him, it stops mere inches from his face. Sarah freezes in shock and exclaims, "My body won't move." Exhausted and trembling, Sarah collapses onto the ground, her fist still inches away from Kim's face. Kim looks down at her potential and says calmly, Your fist didn't land, but, well, you gave it your all. Let's count this as a valid hit. Sarah McQueen, you pass." As Kim reflects on her performance, he thinks to himself, "Owner of the skill terraforming, Sarah McQueen, a future SS-ranked player known as the Hope of America. You really were exceptional from the start." A shadowed figure approaches from behind Kim. Observing this presence, Kim wonders. The master she mentioned, could it be? Turning around with a smile, Kim says, "A congratulation. Your student has passed." The figure steps forward. It is none other than Cody Wood himself. The scene shifts to the World Association Control Center, where observers monitor the participants' performance. One of Vincent's staff members reports urgently, "Chairman, the test is now complete." Vincent leans forward in intrigue and asks, "Already finished? What's the result?" The staff member hesitates before answering plainly, "Only one passed. It's just Sarah McQueen of the United States." Vincent slams his hands on the table in disbelief and frustration, exclaiming, "Only one person passed? We're screwed," he thinks to himself. Due to Kim Tae-hyun's independent actions and New Korea's prominence, the World Player Association lost the influence IT should have gained from the unrated dungeon raids. We were planning to bounce back with this second license exam. Kim Tae-hyun only passed one person, and Cody and Thomas didn't pass anyone. Maybe we rushed this exam. As Vincent deliberates internally, another staff member interrupts urgently. A player Cody Wood is requesting a sparring match with player Kim Tae-hyun. He wants to preserve the highest tier training room. Vincent freezes in shock and sweats nervously as he asks, "What did you just say?" The scene transitions to the training room where Kim Tae-hyun and Cody would stand face to face ready for battle to begin. And with that, the chapter ends. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Support this channel by liking this video and subscribing the channel. And if you want me to recap another manhwa or manga, write its name in the comments section. And if you want to know that what happened in previous chapters, you can watch them in this channel. Stay tuned for next chapters.